Good afternoon, Evan. How are you today, kid?
I'm great. Me and you got to watch a Yankee game together. Did
Yes,
you enjoy
we did.
it? Do you like it? Do you like it?
There was one little thing about it I didn't love.
My scorecard?
No. And I find it problematic now as well.
What?
Well, we'll get to it. Because I know everyone wants to talk sports right now.
Oh, it's non-sports related?
It's non-sports related, but I find it offensive.
So something I'm doing is problematic and offensive.
Yeah, very much so.
I
For
can't
real.
wait to find out.
I'm not even kidding.
Okay.
Like, it's not even a radio bit. Oh, Evan's offending me. You are offending me.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm not the only one. I'm sorry.
Well, I have no idea what it is.
Well, that's the part of the problem.
Okay.
Yeah, no self-awareness
Do I
at all.
smell? Is that the problem?
No, but listen, the Texas Rangers offense smelled as, listen, forget about today's game. They win. It's great. 2-0. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Last night was magical. Last night was special. And last night was awesome. Even though I told you.
It was. For you, it was awesome because you have said, I think you even said it a few days ago, the no-hitter doesn't make you tingle at all anymore.
No, it doesn't. But it's still special when you're watching it live.
Well,
like if you tell me, hey, some guy in Colorado yesterday threw the 6th no-hitter of the season, Craig, doesn't do it for me.
You hit on it. Like, Spencer Turnbull pitching a no-hitter for the Detroit Tigers isn't going to do it for everybody.
And it didn't.
But in this town, we have seen very few no-hitters over the last 20 years. All right, we've seen one.
Matter of fact,
Johan
I think
Santana. That was it.
David Cohn's the last Yankee one.
That was 1999.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
22 years.
1999. I was in high school. I remember it. It was an amazing moment. It was a perfect game in interleague play against the Expos. The image of Cohn going to his knees, hands on head. Yeah. Iconic. David Wells a year before. But it has been a long time since we, as New Yorkers, baseball fans in this town, have gotten to witness a no-hitter, and it's just Johan Santana from 2012. So I think you're right. You may find it to be, I'm not turning into a Tiger game to see a no-hitter, or I'm not turning into Joe Musgrove to throw a no-hitter, but it's a New York team. It's something we haven't seen in a long time, and I have to admit, as an absolute geek for no-hitters, and I am. I admit it.
Sure.
I thought last night was fantastic, and it didn't lose any luster.
Good.
Even though there's been so many.
Listen, even though there's far more no-hitters now than there ever have been, it's still not like there's 100 of them.
Right.
I mean, there might be 15 of them this year. There might, who knows what the number's going to be. I think that was 7. Kluber's was the 7th on the year. But listen, last night was an interesting night because you got the Mets in a very close game.
Yeah.
Right? They keep changing leads back and forth.
Brutal.
A 1-0, 3-1, 4-4, and then, of course, the home run that beats them by Acuna. You did have Lakers-Warriors basketball about to start at 10 o'clock,
and got a huge TV rating to no one's surprise.
And then you had the Yankees in the middle of a no-hitter. So I told you I was sleeping on the floor last night. I ate every inch of that floor, and it was worth every minute of it.
Yeah.
Because I got to see a no-hitter. I saw a great NBA basketball game, and I don't want to bore people with it. It was a great game. And
even though your favorite all-time NBA player hit the game-winning shot with a minute to go? That didn't bother you?
No.
Triple-double, the whole thing?
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
It was a great game.
Tremendous
And, of course, the Mets lost, as I told you they would, which I get no pleasure out of, but the New York Mets lost.
It's the way they lost that made that more difficult. But there is something special about the drama, especially in the 9th inning that unfolds of a no-hitter. Now, I understand that Yankee fans don't have any bond with Corey Kluber. You may develop one with him, but right now, and that's the interesting thing. David Cohn was a beloved New York Yankee. David Wells was becoming a beloved Yankee, and Doc Gooden was an icon in New York. When you look at the last 3 no-hitters in this town, even Jim Abbott. Jim Abbott was an amazing story. The guy was born with one hand.
Sure.
So the Corey Kluber story and how we view this no-hitter, oddly, I think is going to be determined by the rest of his Yankee tenure here.
There's an aspect of it that's strange in that Corey Kluber has, when I say zero, I'm not knocking it. I'm just being accurate. He has 0 personality.
Yeah, well, that's why he's a robot.
So he's not the kind of guy that you're going to be, attached to emotionally.
Right.
He's not that guy. He's not David Wells.
Unless he wins the World Series MVP. Well, then you'll be attached to him emotionally. And that's the truth. Like,
you're right.
If the New York Yankees win the World Series, like they've done in their past perfect game no-hitter years, then this no-hitter is going to be iconic. then we'll look back many years from now and talk about the Kulber no-hitter in beautiful ways. If this is a year in which the Yankees lose in the divisional series and Kulber ends the season on the injured list or ends the year with a 4.5 ERA, this will go into the dustpan of history. That's why, as we sit here today, it was awesome last night.
Yep.
I don't think we know how we're going to view this until the whole story is written.
Yeah, listen, it's all you never take away. It's still a no-hitter. But as far as from the franchise standpoint, you're right. Yes, no doubt about it.
For Kulber, it's a great accomplishment, of course.
And here's what's weird, though. I know he's won 2 Cy Young Awards, and maybe that's a bigger deal. I don't know. He seemed so, unimpressed with himself.
You know what's funny? I disagree with you only because Kluber's bar that he sets personality-wise is so nonchalant that even the smirks that he showed after the no-hitter showed me how much the no-hitter meant to him. So I think it meant something
today,
to him.
In the pregame, Meredith Makanagovich interviewed him and said, how'd you celebrate after the game? Did the guys take you out? What'd you do? And he goes, I hung out with a couple of guys for a little bit, and then I just went back to my room. If I threw a no-hitter,
right?
There'd be some trouble.
Listen, you and Corey Kulber couldn't have more different personalities.
I think you're right.
That's who he is. And look, for him, as a guy who's barely pitched the last 2 years, it's an incredible accomplishment.
So while the New York Yankees get the no-hitter last night, they followed up with a shutout win today. So the Yankee pitching staff, when is the last time they gave up a run?
22 straight scoreless innings. You have to go back, I think, to the 6th or 7th inning of the 7-4 winning Game 2 of this series for the last time they gave up runs.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. So they get all the credit in the world as they take 3 out of 4 from Texas, 7 out of 10 on the road trip. But there's another story brewing, Evan, one that makes me do you know what a cockle is? I don't either, but I've heard the term.
Is that a sexual term?
No, it's it warms the cockles of my heart. So your heart's got they got the atriums, they got the arteries, the veins. They also have cockles.
Gotcha.
I have no idea what the cockle is, but I know that when you feel good about something, the phrase is, boy, that really warms the cockles of my heart.
You feel good about something? Is it the Islanders taking a 2-1 series lead tonight at Nassau Coliseum?
No, it is not.
It's not that. You are wearing an Islanders sweatshirt.
Yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
I love it. Look at you, Mr. Islander. Now, I'm not going to be a jerk and say go name 5 Islanders. I would never do that.
Don't.
Okay, good. I wouldn't do that.
I'm not going to be a jerk and lie and cheat and tell you that I could.
Good.
No, but there's something happening right now which is phenomenal.
Go ahead. What's that?
I got to tell you, the most popular guy in New York, for the first time, maybe, I want to say ever, but maybe ever, is not Corey Kluber. It's not Aaron Boone. It's not Luis Rojas or Aaron Judge or, pick someone on a team you like, or James Harden. No. It's a guy that's name goes by James Dolan.
You think James Dolan's the most popular guy in New York?
Yes, I do.
Why is that?
James Dolan made an announcement today. Are you ready for it?
What's that?
The New York Knicks have sold out Game 1 and Game 2 against the Atlanta Hawks. 15,000 tickets for both games, 90% or thereabouts vaccinated,
which is a huge
folks.
Number. Huge number. 90% of the 15,000 people
That's
that are
right.
going to be at the Garden are fully vaccinated.
And here's the quote from the most popular guy. I'm telling you right now, James Dolan, I would not be shocked if he's a Pulse of the People nominee.
Should he run for mayor now?
Well,
he could do that if he wants.
Let's not get crazy, but maybe.
You just said he's the most popular guy in New York.
If he ran today, he'd win today. I can't speak about tomorrow. Okay. Quote, this overwhelming response by Knicks fans, almost 90% of whom are vaccinated, should silence any doubters. It's time to start booking events and filling up our schedules. Amen to that.
I'm confused. Why is James Dolan the most popular guy in New York? Are you surprised the Knicks sold out? Is that what you're saying?
Because he represents the New York Knicks, and he made the Garden accessible for all.
No, I think that
and
the government lifting...
Thank you, sir.
I think the government lifting restrictions...
Don't rain on my parade.
Sorry.
Meanwhile...
I mean, good for you. I'm excited. I think it's awesome. In all seriousness, I think it's awesome that there's going to be 15,000 people at Madison Square Garden with 90% vaccinated.
That's damn near capacity.
And two of those people are people that you're looking at right now.
Now, we'll get to that in a little bit. Meanwhile, while the Knicks have sold out, and I know there's tickets on the secondary market, but that doesn't involve the Knicks. That involves people trying to make money off the Knicks. I get that completely. The Knicks have sold out game 1. The Knicks have sold out game 2. Unfortunately, the Brooklyn Nets have not sold even half of their available tickets.
Well, that's not true, that second part. I mean, I get you want to say the Nets haven't sold out. They haven't. I'd be the first to admit
Hold on, let me
but
just check
I do
that
have
again.
to.
The Brooklyn
Nets.
Nets
have to correct you about the second part.
The Brooklyn Nets have not sold out any of their games just yet.
That is true. The second part that you said is not true. They have sold more than half their tickets.
As opposed to just busting balls, I want to tell you why they haven't. Because there is a causal reason for why the Brooklyn Nets, and you might know this, I assume you will, because you are a season ticket holder. And this is not me dumping on the Nets for not selling. I want to tell you why. The Brooklyn Nets, the number 2 seed overall, with 3 of the most popular players and best players in the world, have not sold out. It's because the Nets are greedy. And the Brooklyn Nets put some of their worst tickets on sale for over $400 a ticket. The New York Knicks tickets are expensive. I'm not going to say they're not. But the New York Knicks did not price gouge their fans, especially their non-vaccinated fans, which is what the Brooklyn Nets, unfortunately, have done. So are the Nets popular with these guys? They're the most popular they've ever been in the franchise's history, in my opinion. Why aren't they selling? Because they priced everybody out.
Okay.
So Would you disagree with that?
Yeah, you said about 5 things that are wrong. Where do you want me to start?
Well, let's pick one.
I'll start with where you are right.
Yes.
Okay? I'll start with the right stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
Craig is right that the Nets, and they've admitted this, are making the seats that are unvaccinated much more expensive than the vaccinated seats.
Okay.
That is an absolute fact. It's absolutely true. In fact, I'll give you a specific number. Right now, to sit upstairs at Barclays Center in an unvaccinated section from the Nets costs over $300. In a vaccinated section, it would cost as low as $75.
Is it that much of a difference?
So that's the part where you're wrong, where they price gouge their fans. That's not true.
Well, they're price gouging their unvaccinated
fans.
Yes.
That part is
All
true.
right.
That's why you said stuff that's true, but there's stuff that's not true.
Well, I get close.
The Nets have put, and I know a lot of people were making fun of this, James Harden did a video in which he says, hey, I'm going to cover a lot of the charges, half off.
50%, yeah.
If you're fully vaccinated. There are a bunch, and they're available, and they haven't sold. So you can make fun of the Nets all you want. $75 seats in the upper deck.
Why do you forget about everything else? Why do you think people haven't bought a $75 ticket?
I think there's a couple of reasons. First of all, this may be a newsflash to everybody. The Nets are not as popular as the Knicks.
It doesn't matter
who's
still got
on the
12
team.
million people here.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
you do have 3 of legitimately the best players on the planet.
Yeah.
It's affordable.
Yes.
To
there
go.
Are, and by the way, because I really do need to correct you on one thing, because I appreciate what the Nets did. They came to me this morning as a season ticket holder, not as a talk show host, and said, hey, will give you a chance to get a rebate on your quarter package that you bought.
Let me just explain that to people real quick.
Go ahead.
Evan, as a season ticket holder, originally was told he could buy tickets to a single game in each round.
Correct.
Then they said, maybe we'll get you a chance to buy 2 games to each round. They have now changed that, but rather than leave Evan stuck with the tickets he bought, came back to him and said, okay, we're redoing it, so we're coming back to you and giving you a chance to keep what you bought or buy better tickets for less.
Yes.
Because you're vaccinated.
And I got my money back on the other tickets I bought. So I ended up as a season ticket holder getting better tickets for less money because I'm vaccinated.
Right.
So to say just bluntly the Nets have price gouged their fans is inaccurate.
There's a lot of price.
Here's the reality.
Yeah.
The reality is the Brooklyn Nets haven't sold out.
Yeah.
And sure, we can delve into the why of it. Are people waiting for later rounds? Are there not that many Nets fans? Is there a lack of interest in the team? I can't give you the answer. All I know is, yeah, there are tickets available, and there's no tickets available for the Knicks. That's true. But what they've done, and again, you could debate this too, is they have said if you're fully vaccinated, here are good tickets for a decent price. If you're unvaccinated and want to sit in the unvaccinated section, yeah, we're going to charge you a lot. And I think the president admitted this morning we're trying to encourage people to get vaccinated.
Well, we're bribing people now legitimately. I said it yesterday. They did announce today that there's now going to be chance for you to win a $5 million lottery if you go get vaccinated. I think next week they're going to be offering free crack. The week after that, you can get free services from a hooker. And the week after that, it's unlimited whiskey, which is really pissing a lot of people off for a variety of reasons. Not today. We'll get to it, though, for sure.
Right.
We got lots to do. Yankees throw a no-hitter. The last 3 times the New York Yankees had a no-hitter, they won the World Series. So start making your plans now, folks. 877-337.
So yesterday,
What?
you congratulated me and the Mets fans for winning the NL East.
Yeah.
Today, you are congratulating your fellow Yankee fan on winning the World Series. Is that
right.
correct?
I think I just did that.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just confirming it.
See how I roll?
I see.
I'm consistent across the board. I told
Oh,
you
yeah.
the curse of the Francesa was going to rise up and rob a victory from you.
Oh, dude.
And that's exactly what happened.
When Tomas Nido's blooping in a 2-run single in the 7th, I'm screaming, F the Francesa curse, baby!
Yeah.
We got this!
I told you.
And then, of course, Aaron Loop happened, and Jacob Barnes happened, and the Mets lost a brutal game.
Well,
so thanks, Mike.
We'll get all your calls, 877-337-6666. Of course, the Yankee win today. I did have a real big question about Aaron Boone not challenging the play at third base, but it doesn't matter. That's what happens when you win. Even though the Yankees aren't scoring any runs, they're winning. So nobody's going to question Boone, I will tomorrow, about why he didn't challenge Gio's attempt to steal
How
third
about
base.
taking Domingo Germán out after 7 beautiful innings?
Yeah, so.
How about that one?
All right.
He had retired how many guys in a row?
This is not going to become a daily occurrence, but apparently my son is on the phone again. When I go home, I'll have a talk with him. But real quick, little Anthony, what's going on, buddy? Hi. If you want to host one day when Evan's out, we can set that up, okay?
And also, if you want to host when your dad is out, we can set that up as well.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, what's up, buddy?
Okay. I'm mad about something.
What are you mad about? The Yankees won today.
Yeah, but I don't like the Yankees.
You don't like the Yankees? Who do you like?
No. Mets.
The Mets. Okay, there you go. All right, real quick, what's going on?
So during school today, in PE, we were playing dodgeball.
Okay.
Nice.
And so me and my friends, we won the first game.
Good.
Okay?
Yep.
Then we won the second game.
Congratulations.
Now, for the third game, we were literally about to win. There was one person left on the other team. And the coach called a jailbreak.
Okay.
So everyone was back in, and that happened 2 more times. But then when we were losing, there were no jailbreaks.
Got it. So in other words, they're trying to create a situation where there's no winners and losers. I understand completely, son. I'll explain this to you when I get home, how society has changed and gotten soft, and it's okay for you to win. It's also okay to lose sometimes. But when you win, from now on, I need you to do the winner dance, okay?
Yes.
How does the winner dance go?
You put your 2 fingers in the air, one goes higher than the other, and then you jump.
And what do you say while you're doing your hands back and forth? We win, we win, we win, we win. That's right. All right, I'll see you when I get home. I love you, okay? 877-337.
I'm just glad they were letting the kids still play dodgeball.
Yeah, me too.
That's a victory right there.
In a weird way, that is the W, yes.
That's what I took out of that.
Well, they've won the first 2 games. We can't have them sweep the other team. Everybody back in. All right, we'll get all your calls. Obviously, a lot of it on the Yankees. The Knicks have sold out. And how about this for a quick fact? It is believed, according to Mark Berman on the Post, that the Knick crowd for game 1 and 2, or the capacity of 15,000, is not only the most allowed in the NBA as of right now, but it's believed to be the largest capacity for indoor sports in North America. Now, there are some buildings that have retractable
What about
roofs.
the MMA fight that got a big crowd?
Well, that was 73,000 in Texas Stadium. But that's retractable, is it not?
Yeah, no. But wasn't there an event in Jacksonville, I think, that featured an indoor arena that was
Yes, you're right.
packed?
MMA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The first two MMA fights were both in Florida, different parts.
Now, unless it was less than 15,000, which maybe it was. I thought it was more.
I thought it was more, too.
Yeah, it could be
I think he might be off on that.
Yeah, I think Mark
Or maybe
Burns
they're not counting MMA as a professional sport, which is offensive.
Yeah. Well,
to those people that participate in it.
Right.
So he may be wrong on that. So you might want to go back and check your source.
I'm going to break some news to you.
Yeah.
A lot of reporters that sometimes just kind of get stuff wrong.
Yeah, I do notice that a lot.
Yeah,
I have noticed that.
No offense to Mr. Berman, he may be one of them.
Coming up, we'll let you hear the no-hitter play-by-play calls. I got to be honest, across the board, they all stunk. They really did. Across the board, it was disappointing. Really was. I will find out why Evan continues to abuse us here on and off the air.
I can't wait to find out why.
Is
it my hair?
No, but I'm going to tell you right after this break.
Is it a smell?
No. After the break, Carton and Roberts on the Fan.